Hey everybody, it's Bailey Cooper and I want to welcome you back to the Super Sales Podcast. This is episode 9. Today is Wednesday, April 12th, 2017, and I want to talk to you guys about professional development. And in my experience of training, coaching, mentoring sales reps for the last 12 years, professional development is something that has given me the most fulfillment in my job. And it motivates me to get out of bed in the morning, go to work. Today was a really interesting day in that I have a sales training meeting with 4 new people, 2 people that have been with me for a little bit, and my kids woke up this morning with pink eye. And I have 3 appointments today after my training, and there's really no way that I can pass this on because there's no other fully trained active sales reps. I have 6 marketing reps and 2 of them are in training to do sales, but I'm the only person with a key to my office today. So I'm leading from the front and showing, that I have to suck up life on life's terms and show up despite what's going on and be there for them. And I leave the example so that if life shows up for them, they can trust that, if they come to work and they got kind of a negative attitude, they can pull me aside and I can relate. I know what it's like. And I'm really grateful that my wife was able to take off of work. I've actually taken off 4 days in the last 2 months due to my kids being sick. They're 2 and 4. My daughter had an ear infection and my son got an ear infection. So sometimes things happen, and there's other times that you just have to make the sacrifices and do whatever it takes to take care of your family. And had she not been able to get out of work, I would have found a babysitter or taken him to my father-in-law's an hour away. But in terms of being successful with professional development, Lou Holtz said that standards are the antidote for mediocrity. So when I came on board with this company a couple months ago, I had a lot of negative Nellies, and I had 5 out of 6 sales reps that were not producing. And I demoted one of them to marketing, and I got rid of the 5. And what this did is it set the expectation that if you don't have integrity, if you don't love what you do, if you don't have a positive attitude, that you're not going to make the cut. And this is a very high commission paying job. So now I have a team of new people, and what I've done is I'm rolling out a 7-day, 10-day, 14-day evaluation. And in the first evaluation, typically I like to do it usually in their onboarding, where I find out their goals and dreams, what they want to be when they grow up, where they see themselves 1 year, 2 years, 3 years from now. And then in the future, do they want to continue and progress with this company, or is there, maybe some aspirations they want to do on their bucket list? Maybe they want to finish their degree, or maybe they want to buy a house, or maybe they want to pay off some debt. And these are important for me to jot down and remember when they go through a down cycle, that I can motivate them. Like, if they call me at 8 o'clock in the morning and they have a 10 o'clock appointment and they say, I'm feeling a little snuffy, I can say, all right, well, go to the store, get some Theraflu, or get some emergency, get it together, because you told me how important it is to get out of your apartment and buy a house. And winners find a way to get it done. And if you're not 103 degrees or 102 degrees and you can physically get up and out of bed and into a car, then you can do it. Because there's been several days that I've been in that same situation. And my intrinsic motivation is my kids, my wife. Regardless, I find a way to do at least a level 7, 8, 9, or 10 every day. So when I develop my team, I'm myself. I tell them a little bit about myself and my humanness, and share with them my goals and my dreams and setbacks that I've been able to overcome and how I've been able to remain mentally tough. And at the 7-day evaluation, I want to know how they're doing, things that maybe they feel that they need to improve upon, share with them 3 positive things that I've noticed that they've done, and make 1 or 2 recommendations for improvement. And after 10 days, I want to know what their goals are in the next 1 month, the next 3 months, the next 6 months. If they don't have any goals, then it gives me a really good indicator of how committed they are. And if they haven't made any improvement from the 3 days prior when I did a previous evaluation, then I know that their head's not in the game. So I'm going to set parameters and benchmarks that I need to see met in the next week. So at the 14-day evaluation, if there's still no improvement or if they just have a negative attitude, then I just cut ties right then. So the mentality here is to be really slow to hire and quick to fire. So the professional development begins in the interview, and I lay out the company culture, the vision of the company, our core values, our company motto, what I believe, the reason that I chose to come on with this company, and find out if they're going to be a good fit. If they match that, then I give them a chance if they're qualified for the position. And at 14 days, if I still have this feeling like they're not going to be a good fit, then I don't really waste any more time with them. If somebody's been with me for a little bit of time, I may throw them back into a 7-day, 10-day, 14-day evaluation just to help them get back on their feet and allow me the opportunity to have 3 one-on-one coaching sessions with them over the course of the next 3 weeks. And this has worked remarkably for me. We took a door-to-door canvassing campaign that was in 2 markets, Austin and Dallas, and implementing this, we grew to 5 markets within 2 years after implementing it. And we had about 65 door-to-door canvassers generating $20 million in revenue a year, and our attrition rate dropped dramatically. And attrition means turnover. So in door-to-door, they say 1 out of every 10 people that you hire is going to make it. Well, you can curve those numbers and improve your turnover rate by being very slow to hire. So don't just hire anybody that responds to a job ad. Have really catchy ads with, what your company believes, what your vision is, what they can expect, as a being part of the culture. And you're going to attract people that fit that mold. So you're not going to have to fire a lot of people because they're going to want to work for you. And if you coach them and develop them through this process, after 3 weeks, you're going to have a team of people that love showing up to work every day. And, I love to do group interviews and I love to hire in waves so that I can find out, really quickly who my leaders are. And after about 6 months, what you're going to find is there's going to be a group of, 20%, 30% of the people that you originally hired that are still with you. And those are going to be the people that are going to help you go to the next level. So other things that I do is I recommend books. I have a library in my office of about 10 of my favorite books that are kind of like a loaner library. And I know that if I loan a book, there's a good chance that I may not get it back. So I make it really important that if they borrow a book, to kind of set a deadline, like a library, of when they got to bring it back. And if I don't ever get it back, then I make sure that I tell them, hey man, do me a favor and pass that book on to somebody else. Like maybe they quit, or I terminate them, or I don't get that book back and it's been some time, then I just like to pass it on. A lot of the books that I have were gifts or I got for really cheap. So I don't make it a big deal, but I like to keep my library full of my favorite books. And one that I just finished, and I'm actually reading a second time because it was so good, is Your One Word by Carmichael. And I strongly recommend this book. It's $24. If you have Audible, it's definitely one that you're going to want to get. Evan goes through this book in about 6 hours, and in here you're going to find how to find your one word. And I'm still working on developing mine. I've narrowed it down to about 4 words that make me up. And how you find out what your one word is you go back through your life and you look at everything that you've been attracted to and interested in. You know, the books that you've been attracted to, the movies that you love, the friends that you've been attracted to throughout your life, the jobs that you've held. And all of these have something in common, and that makes up your core. And when you know that, you can sell from that core rather than sell your company's features or benefits. You can start operating core selling. And that is it's a very powerful way to attract customers that fit your company's core, as well as relate to people. I think trust and rapport is extremely important in the relationship building process, whether you're team building, whether you're developing relationships with customers, because you're going to start to develop an everlasting source of referrals. And if people feel like they know you and they trust you and they know that you're going to be dependable and be there for them, and they're a customer of yours, then they're going to feel confident continuously referring you. And that is the number one way to grow a business. Our company is an $8 million company. We don't have any debt. We're 8.5 years old, and we have about 40 to 50% of our business coming from referrals. So it makes it really easy for us to market and sell our product, because a lot of people don't have to look very far to find out what other people are saying about our company. There's no negative PR. It's all either positive, positive referrals, reviews, testimonials. Even the negative reviews were redacted to positive ones, and I think sometimes that has a really profound effect on the people that you attract to recruit. Because whenever I go to work for a company, like this company, I want to vet them. I want to look at their employee reviews on Glassdoor.com. I want to look at Angie's List, Yelp, Google+, and I want to see if there's a theme, because I never want to get into a situation where there's a gray area. Like, for example, a company that tried to recruit me a year ago is no longer in the state of Texas because the Attorney General ran him out. And with a quick Glassdoor.com review search, I found that out, that they used to be another company and the Attorney General ran them out of the state of Arizona, and now they're this company. And so when I went into the interview, I was able to ask these tough questions for, you guys have only been here X amount of months. Tell me a little bit about this review that I found online. This employee said this about your company. What have you guys done to improve upon that? And they offered me a significant amount of money, and before I had a chance to accept the job, the sales manager quit, and he called me and he asked me not to go forward with that offer because I was right about what I brought up in the interview. So I think it's important to do your research, and when you have a good company and you stand for something, you're going to attract some really great people. So the last thing I want to encourage you to do is to kind of have a team outing. Never go out without inviting everybody on your team. So if you drink and you go out with your team for drinks, make sure that every single person on the team is invited. If you guys go out for lunch, make sure that everybody's invited so that nobody feels left out. And when you do go out, make sure that you're not too cliquey. Make sure that you include everyone. There's a really great commercial that's out right now that I want to say it's something like Budweiser. And it's showing a company out at the bar, and they're all together and they're all dancing together doing their weird dorky dance. But they're doing it together as a team, and that's what the commercial's about, is going out and celebrating with your coworkers. And I think that's a powerful example of what professional development can do when you have a team that is strong and they stick together. And so maybe plan, a Dave & Buster's event if you guys hit a team goal. Not just a personal goal. I think having awards and recognition is important, but having a team goal and really spending that money. It's totally worth it, because some of the best events that I've gone to have been, interactive events like Dave & Buster's, or, a company luncheon where, you can order whatever you want. When I was in San Diego at a home improvement company out there, and we reached our goals, the marketing and the sales team was all invited out to a fine dining restaurant. And it was all you could drink, all you could eat. And I think my meal had to have been at least $150. But because we hit that milestone, we broke the company record in sales that month. And we were rewarded. The next month, we almost broke that record again because we were proud to be a part of this company. So that's my message for today. I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below on your favorite ideas. Until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Have a great day.